Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Back again this week with the weekly WandaVision reviews with episode 7. I think that's right,
Yeah,
isn't it?
I think so.
I'm losing count, I don't know why. Every week is just like melding together. But yeah, episode 7, Breaking the Fourth Wall. I guess let's just get straight into it. What did you think about the episode?
We're gonna do non-spoiler thoughts first, so don't worry about any spoilers yet. I thought it was a good episode. I don't know, everyone seems to be very underwhelmed by it, but I thought it was a good episode. I wasn't necessarily shocked or anything, but I'm happy it's coming towards like the big finale or whatever they're setting up. And
I was thinking about it. I was thinking about it yesterday, and I think this might be my least favorite episode of the show so far.
I don't understand how.
Maybe second least favorite, because I mean, it's just I don't know. I guess part of it for me maybe stems from the fact that I don't really like enjoy modern day sitcoms that much because I don't think they're funny. So I didn't really find there was like one joke in this episode I could think of that I thought was like actually kind of funny, but I'll get to that later. But I didn't really. Yeah, I don't think it was a bad episode. Like none of the episodes have been bad. I just think this was my least favorite. Like the only one I could think of that I liked less was episode 4, the one, the one with the where they were talking about like basically the plot filler one. Where filled in all the holes. That episode is basically just exposition machine in the form of an episode, so that episode was alright. I thought that was probably my least favourite episode though. Yeah, this one wasn't, I don't think it was bad, but it was really predictable, and everything that was going to happen. I feel like this episode's kind of more of a means to an end, where this episode had to come eventually, where they were going to reveal all this stuff, and this just happens to be that episode, so it just happens to be my least favourite one. Like, I don't think it's like really bad or anything, it's just like predictable and kind of had to come at some point, so now it's happened.
I think the complete opposite. Like, I feel the complete opposite with this episode. I like the episode like a lot because of what they did. Obviously, the steps had to come, but I'm finally happy that they did come. And then so they did some unexpected thing. And
I didn't think anything in this episode was unexpected. I expected basically everything to happen that happened in this episode to happen.
There's one thing that caught me off guard, which I didn't think was going to happen, but it depends if they keep it or not. We'll talk about it in a few minutes. But especially the end of the episode, everything, like the look of the end of the episode was great. I really loved that.
I'd say the last third of this episode was great. The rest of it was disposable in my opinion.
The first like quarter,
especially like the first half in particular, it was like so disposable, and like I feel like part of it was like, okay, can we hurry up and get on? I saw some comment the other day on Instagram which kind of summed it up. At least for me, I didn't think it was like as I said, I didn't really think the episode was bad, but I'm going to find that comment. It said they were comparing it to Mandalorian, which is I don't 100% agree with this comment, but the guy said, with Mandalorian, you felt both completed, satisfied, and ready for the next episode. Each episode of WandaVision is just too short. It pisses me off more than anything. I wouldn't really say I agree with that. I wouldn't say it like really annoys me that the episodes like don't really have any finality to them, but this was one of those episodes where it felt kind of like we just watched the first half.
A lot of people complained that this should have been an hour episode.
The thing for me is that it feels like the ending to this episode should have been paid off in this episode. Shouldn't have to wait I mean, I understand obviously they want to keep it on a cliffhanger, but it felt like they were doing it a bit too much and they wasted time on other things that didn't really need to be didn't need to happen, at least as far as I'm thinking. But I don't know. It's a weird one.
Yeah, I saw a lot of the people agreeing with you as well, sort of making the same points. You're right in the point where like most of this episode was disposable, except for like the main 2 or 3 things that happen. But I don't know. I think we're in the final 2 episodes, final 3 if there's a secret one. So it's all just sort of kicking off. But
and I hope they stick the landing, especially because they didn't pay off the ending of this week's episode.
We don't really know where it's going at this point. Even now, I can't.
We can get a decent idea, but
we have a decent idea, but I can't predict. But let's just get
I think it's time to get into spoilers.
Spoiler alert! If you haven't seen it already, go and watch it. It's on Disney Plus now, and then come straight back here. So if we start with this episode, it's I think it's the Office episode, isn't it? The Office is sort of themed episode.
It's sort of like the. I mean, I'm not sure if there's any other sitcoms that kind of did the interview style thing. I'm sure there are. So, loads of them must have ripped off. The Office's format. It's that sort of style where it's like they kind of interview the
like all
main
the
characters.
cast and stuff.
But obviously as their characters. So I don't know. For me, that style's never really appealed to me that much. Like most modern day sitcoms, I don't really find that funny. So I guess that's probably part of why I didn't really enjoy this episode as much, because the sitcom parts weren't really as fun. I mean, they got it down right. They did it perfectly, pretty much. Like it was exactly like a modern day sitcom. I don't really like modern day sitcoms. That might be why I liked the last episode and the episode before that the most, because 80s and 90s sitcoms are the kind of sitcoms that I enjoy. So maybe that's why I like those two episodes a lot. But yeah, this one, it didn't really do a whole lot for me. I mean, I didn't not like it, but it was okay.
So we start with the intro. Obviously it emphasizes Wanda a lot. Well, like to the point where Vision's name's only at the end when it comes with the final title card.
And I was joking to you the other day saying it's just going to be called Wanda because Vision's like having a spell.
And they actually kind of did that. So, the
Nigel quote needs to be placed in here.
I think that just emphasizes that Vision just like sort of nearly died at the end of the last episode. Before obviously he was pulled back into the Hex, or the Hex expanded. And, we start with, Wanda in bed, obviously alone. She's well aware of what the hell's going on now, I'm pretty sure. She seems a bit confused later on in the episode, but at the start she knows what she's doing. She's just kind of like to the kids, go away, I need a rest day or whatever. And right from the start, things around her start like glitching and stuff. Things are turning into, furniture's turning into 80s furniture when it's meant to be in 2000s. Or like late 2000s.
They spent a lot of time with that sort of thing where it's just messing up, and I was like, we kind of get the point.
The Stork returned this episode from the...
That was a bit random,
I don't know why the hell that was there.
Red dust. Then, obviously, Agnes comes and says, I'll take the kids away, which was a clearly bad idea, but I guess obviously Wanda's like under the kind of Westview influence, so she didn't really care. She's like, go with Agnes. So then she takes the kids to get out Wanda's hair, and then Wanda's just kind of chilling for most of the day. She doesn't really do a whole lot this episode.
Yeah, she does.
Aside from the ending. But then
we see it cuts to Darcy and Vision then, which
that's what I was about to say.
That whole thing seemed a bit pointless. I don't know.
And logged out. Yeah, it didn't need any. Like it didn't. I mean, I feel like it had to happen, but they didn't need to spend that much time on it.
They were trying to get back to the house, the main house, but obviously they kept on getting like diversions and stuff, which clearly
I was like Agnes trying to stop him from coming back.
Yeah, Agnes or Wanda. They think it's Wanda, but obviously we get
the only funny joke in this, like really funny joke in this episode, in my opinion, was where Vision was like talking to the interviewer, and then he was like, "What the hell am I doing?" And he just started taking the mic off and like throwing it and like getting up and leaving.
Oh yeah,
that was kind of funny.
I thought the part, when Darcy punches that guy, I thought that was funny. I was laughing a lot at that part.
Yeah, I didn't really. I mean, I didn't find it like unfunny, but I didn't really find it funny either. But that part with Vision made me laugh, because that's kind of what I wanted from Deadpool. When with Deadpool the movie, where I wanted them to kind of have Deadpool maybe like, I don't know, if something went wrong, he'd like grab the script supervisor and say like, give me that script, and then like rewrite the movie, or like, I don't know, beat someone to death with like the boom mic or something like that. I thought that would have been funny if they did that in Deadpool, like, because they can break the fourth wall. But I thought that was a funny joke. But like you said, the stuff with Darcy and Vision was a bit longer than it needed to be in this episode.
It never really went anywhere as well. Like I'm assuming it's going to continue on into the next episode, but it never really went anywhere this episode. There's kids. Also, there's loads of kids there though now, because there's like the kids.
If Vision mind throws her, why didn't you just do it to all the other sword agents as well and get them to? I mean, I guess I don't
think they know where all the sword agents are. Are those all the sword agents?
All the clowns of the sword agents. Yeah. All the circus people.
They're after him. I
guess the sword agents would. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I guess the sword agents are after him, but maybe you could like convince them or something. I don't know. But I guess that wasn't really that big of a deal.
Then we cut to Hayward. We get Hayward. He's like fine, just like trying to monitor sort of.
Why was he even in this episode? They literally just had that scene to basically show us, so yeah, he didn't get taken over by the Hex. But that scene had nothing to do with anything else going on in this episode.
Yeah, that was pointless. And then we get Monica, obviously. Monica and Jimmy going to meet Monica's contact, which we never see unless it was that Agent Goodman person.
I hope it wasn't that, because that's just kind of... I've seen so many people on Twitter trying to defend it, saying that, they weren't hyping that character up, you guys have just hyped it up in your mind. I disagree with that, because, first of all, the actress who plays Monica has hyped that character up, saying, like, I can't wait for you guys to see who it is. And second, the episodes have kind of hinted that it's going to be someone important, because they said that the aerospace engineer was, like they kind of pointed out that character specifically in like one of the earlier episodes. I can't remember. Was it episode 4?
Yeah.
I think it was. Yeah. They kind of pointed that character out directly, and then also in the last episode they said something about Monica's contact. So again, I'm not sure if it was this person or what, but I don't know. I might have to rewatch it.
I don't know. The only explanation I could find for it, which I was telling you, is if the actress who plays Monica, say she was hyping it up because it was someone she knows, like a friend or something.
Yeah, like one of her, like in real life friends.
Someone like close to her, and then she got them the role. Maybe that's the reason they're not actually like an important character. Doing a quick search up on that character, you can't really find anything.
So it's not, I don't think that was the character. But they had this whole sequence with this really ugly looking vehicle. I was saying to you yesterday.
That was in the trailers though.
Yeah, no, but it was like, the thing is, I didn't see the point of that because of what happens afterwards. I'll say that in a minute. The thing for me was, I don't like I said to you yesterday, I hate vehicles that like have stupidly big wheels and like small tops, like a monster truck. I don't really I don't know. I mean, that's just like personal preference. That's not anything wrong with the episode. I just felt like pointing that out.
I think the context of it was a moon buggy or whatever.
Yeah, like it makes sense and everything. I don't have an issue with it in that sense. I just thought I'd point out that I don't like vehicles like that. I always think they look really wonky and weird. But,
it's good for you because it didn't really last too long.
Yeah,
exactly.
Died. They had this weird sequence where it was like it tried to go into the Hex, but then Monica just kind of jumps out and then runs in herself anyway. So it's like, what was the whole point of getting this big rover thing if she could just walk in there? I mean, I don't know.
That's where we get the Monica has powers now.
Yeah, which I expected, and you said that was unexpected.
I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that at all, because you know why? Because you know if they make her keep these powers, let's just say what happens. She pushes through the Hex, she gets powers basically, and it's the same.
And
powers
we hear sounds from like Nick Fury, Captain Marvel, all those.
It's basically the same powers that she has in the comics when she becomes Captain Marvel for like a bit.
Yeah, or Photon or whatever you want to call her.
We see the same blue glow in her eyes and like the energy around her body, like later on in the episode. And she's in a white spacesuit, which is obviously meant to symbolize her comic outfit for like the tiniest amount of time. But I didn't think they were gonna do it, only because we've got Captain Marvel already, like established. And I don't think
they need to have someone else to come in Captain Marvel too, along with Ms. Marvel. So
I don't get why they need 3 Captain Marvels. This is what I don't get, because Ms. Marvel. I don't care if she Marvel.
Monica can replace Carol for all I care.
No. I want that to happen. Don't get me wrong. I want Monica to replace Carol, but I don't see. I didn't expect it because of that reason. Like, why would you try and cramp 3 people with that similar powers?
I didn't think that. I thought that this would happen. Like, I didn't think this was unexpected in any way. At least in my opinion. I don't know. I knew this would happen pretty much. Like, I had a very, very good feeling it would. Because they wouldn't have brought this character in if they're not going to give her powers, especially with the whole building up her mutation thing. I knew she'd get powers at probably this point, because they're going to want her there for the finale if it's a 2-parter. So, kind of like how Mandalorian was a 2-part finale in both seasons, I guess.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, I just wasn't expecting it, but it was cool to see. It was very cool to see, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, I expected it. So it was, as I said, it wasn't exactly shocking, but yeah, it was cool to see. Even though we don't really see her display her powers that much, like we see her kind of like stop Wanda from trying to kill her. That's about it.
Yeah,
like, she doesn't really do a whole lot with her powers.
Well, to be fair, the thing is that obviously she just got them.
So that's one thing I loved though, that they didn't make, like having Captain Marvel, where
as soon as she gets the powers
and she just becomes an expert with her powers. Yeah. It's like, that's not how it should work. But I'm happy they did that in this, where she was like couldn't really control her powers that great, which I thought was a lot better.
It was cool to see that she could basically Wanda couldn't hurt her properly. Well, she could if she probably really wanted to, but just from like basically slamming her into the ground, she couldn't do anything. I think Wanda realized then as well, because when she threw her into the ground, that blue energy went around her, and then Wanda's like sort of backs away, but that's when Agnes comes and like takes her away. But yeah, there's a few things before that. Hayward's big sort of secret is kind of revealed in this episode. They didn't make it as big as I thought they were going to make it out.
Yeah, he just wants to bring Vision back to life. They just said he wants to
bring Vision back, but they didn't say in the form of what. Like
there's got to be more to it than that. There has to be more to it than that. There's going to be more to
it. I think it's going to be the Ultron thing. I still think it's going to be the Ultron thing.
I think so as well, yeah.
There's also a mention of Jarvis in this episode as well, obviously, when Darcy's talking to Vision.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, that's a nice little reference as well. But then after that, which is one like thing which I think flew over a lot of people's heads, but I want to talk about, it was that Nexus depression pill.
The commercial, yeah. I thought that was great. I thought that was a great, like, interesting setup for what we obviously know will be the multiverse.
Yeah, that's sick. And then I was saying to you as well, that could confirm or like even like strengthen the fact that Pietro might be X-Men's Quicksilver. And yeah, it just obviously basically confirms,
especially with the ending, which I have a very, very like. I'm pretty sure that this could be what they're doing if the multiverse thing is true with a certain character. But I guess after that, after we see the whole Hayward's plan thing and all that kind of stuff, what even was it? The thing after that where Wanda goes to Agnes.
Wanda confronts Monica confronts Wanda.
Oh yeah, they had that part. That was it. Yeah. Where she basically says to her, you can't keep this because it's not real. And obviously she's like, don't let them turn you into the villain. And then Agnes shows up and obviously just takes her away because she's evil, so she's got to do something to mess that whole thing up. But then that part was cool, I thought. Also we got to see Monica use her powers a bit, and Wanda wasn't exactly hiding her powers either anymore. She just kind of walks out and does the magic in front of all the neighbours, who do nothing about it, by the way. So I think that's
the neighbours stand there in shock for like the best part of 3 seconds. But
yeah, I think that's a pretty cool scene.
Yeah, I think that was a good thing.
I think that the stuff with Agnes as well, when she comes out and she's obviously saying to Monica, like, you said enough, like, basically get lost. So I thought that was kind of cool as well. What did you think?
Yeah, I think it was a great scene. And obviously we see a tiny bit of Monica's powers, which is good, and it's a good thing that they've got, I think, a good balance of, she's not expert with them, but she's not like they're just not completely disregarding them. And obviously we see Wanda like very conflicted on like what to do. For a second, it looks like she might like turn and like go back to good, for a second. Obviously it reminded me a lot of Age of Ultron still, like when she's like really like conflicted in the movie. And like you said, Agnes just sort of takes her away. And there's one thing to mention that I want to talk about. When Agnes takes her into her house, because that's the next scene. We don't really see anything like else after this point from Darcy and Vision. So that's basically all we see of Vision in the episode. I guess that's why Wanda was so emphasized in the intro and Vision wasn't. But when she takes her into the house, there's a show on the TV, and it's a kid's show, and I've seen it before.
Gabba Gabba. Gabba Gabba.
Oh, that's what it is. I was sitting there thinking.
I remember that because it used to come on when we were little, I remember.
I used to watch that show.
I think it was that. I'm going to look that up now. It used to come on Nick Jr., I think.
Yeah.
As far as I remember. I don't know why. I have like selective memory for very stupid things, and that's one of them. Yeah, Gabba Gabba.
Yeah, that's I'm glad I know that now, because I didn't even realise that before. Like I was trying to figure out which show it was. I couldn't figure it out.
Where was that? There was like a black guy in an orange like jumpsuit. That show, wasn't there? He had like this weird wig and glasses.
I think there was. Yeah, that show was proper random. I don't really remember.
I don't even remember I just remember like basically what they showed in that episode, which is just the stupid weird.
I remember the weird one-eyed guy. That's what I like recognised. I was like,
oh yeah, I've just seen a picture of him now. He looks a bit wonky, doesn't he? He's like a big spiky orange thing.
Yeah, but that was a cool reference. I don't know how the hell they stuck that one in there, but
that was very random. I don't know. I was kind of thinking, why are they watching that?
Yeah, that was
Gabba,
random.
What a name for a show. Apparently the guy's called DJ Lance, the black guy is.
I don't even know. Yeah, well, that was a little cool reference, I guess, for people who got it. But
yeah.
Then we got the I think basically Wanda says,
pretty much the ending.
Where's the kids? Not because obviously the kids were with Agnes, and she goes, "Oh, probably down in the basement," which obviously is like a trap. Go down there.
Anytime someone says they're down in the basement, that's definitely going to be wonky.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so then Wanda goes down into the basement, and obviously we see some kind of viney, like, tree-looking thing, which kind of looks like, in my opinion, kind of looks like, I mean, I don't know if it kind of looks like something out of, like, He-Man or something, like Skeletor's kind of castle thing, but I'm thinking it's Mephisto's realm, maybe. It's somehow linked to Westview. Maybe it's like the Upside Down in Stranger Things, where they can, like, access Mephisto's realm from there or something.
Yeah, but, it looks really good, though.
Yeah.
That's one thing I want to say about it.
Yeah, and it looks like it kind of reminded me of the one from Marvel Ultimate Alliance, but with less orange and more, like, purpley green sort of colour.
Yeah.
Which, you know, that's cool. Mephisto's realm's there. But then Agnes obviously introduces herself as Agatha Harkness, which, wow, totally didn't see that one coming. That's totally a big twist that I couldn't.
Even people who aren't fans of Marvel saw that one coming by now. Anyway,
yeah, I mean, we predicted it from the first episode.
Yeah.
Like before the show even came out. Obviously, we knew that would happen. So, yeah, and then obviously they have
there's loads of purple like magic effects and stuff.
Yeah, and the book is there. I'm not sure if it's the Darkhold from Agents of Shield because it did kind of look like it. And Ghost Rider did have that book. Apparently, some stuff with Runaways happened and a few other things. Or if it's that book, I don't remember what it was called. Is that the Darkhold too? The one from House of M? I don't remember what
it's called something like it's got Dark in the name, but I don't really remember. But it's got a big part in House of M storyline.
Yeah, so it could be that book too, and obviously there's a lot of evil books in the Marvel universe. So, just like the ones in like Doctor Strange, remember when he goes to the library and there's like a bunch of books there.
Yeah,
he sees the like dark magic books or whatever. Maybe something like that. But yeah, Agatha's there, and she kind of says that, you know, they play that weird "it was Agatha all along" thing.
Yeah, that like, weird sequence, which was very poorly placed. I don't think it was. Very...
I thought it was a bit out of place as well. I don't know. I mean, like it felt kind of jarring that they went from this.
It felt like an intro. It felt like an intro, but it was an outro.
Well, it was an intro, wasn't it? Yeah. But then they show, you know, obviously she killed Sparky and like was controlling everything.
Yeah, they made that a big part. I even killed Sparky.
Yeah. Which, I mean, to be fair, Catherine Hahn looks like she's having the time of her life playing that character. So I guess that's good. But they also had the thing where Quicksilver was there and she was kind of sitting on the grass, kind of controlling Quicksilver. So my thought is that Nexus thing in the like commercial, that hints at what Quicksilver's doing or how Quicksilver got there. I think maybe Agatha took him out of the Nexus and mind controlled him, and obviously he's controlling him like that. Maybe that's how. But that could be a possibility. But then after that, that's pretty much it, isn't it? She says, "I killed Sparky," and then she starts laughing, and the episode ends.
Yeah, it was very underwhelming.
But
like
and there's also a post-credit scene, mid-credit scene, which I didn't really think
that was underwhelming in my opinion.
Yeah,
I thought it was.
Yeah,
anyway.
It could have just been part of the episode. Like it kind of reminded me. Do you remember that first post-credit scene of Black Panther, where it felt like it was supposed to be the end of the movie, but it was just a post-credit scene?
Yeah.
The UN one. It felt like that, but obviously, we see Quicksilver saying Snoop is gonna snoop, and then he kind of takes over Monica's mind when she finds the basement with the Mephisto's weird purple vine looking things in it. But yeah, that was really it. I guess.
think this is like obviously it's a perfect setup for the next episode, and yeah, even though like most of stuff happened in the last sort of few minutes of the episode, it was still good. And the Nexus thing was definitely good because it's just like opened up a lot of like possibilities now, and like basically confirmed a lot of things. And it's the first proper advert with any significance, in my opinion. Like it's the first proper advert that's actually like maybe like sort of confirmed something that's going to be important to the future. I mean, the Nexus War storyline is like obviously a big thing where like people come from.
What, are they going to bring the Fortnite characters in? Well, they did that in Fortnite.
Let's try and avoid that conversation. They actually bought that storyline into Fortnite. That was so weird. I don't know.
Yeah,
Let's not bring that conversation in.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I think it was.
Overall,
I think it
was decent. Yeah, it wasn't bad. I'm way more excited for next week's episode because I think it's gonna actually start kicking off now. But yeah, I think that I hope they'd stick to the landing. That's the thing I'm a little bit scared about now, that because there's only 2 episodes left. Maybe there's depending on how long they are, they might not do the best job with ending it. But hopefully they do. I've got a pretty good confidence in Kevin Feige. They've got to kind of make it good. But I just saw something. I was just scrolling through reactions of to the Yo Gabba Gabba thing, and someone said Yo Gabba Gabba is now canon in the MCU. What if they are the Fantastic Four? The guys Doctor Doom and the robot is the Silver Surfer.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Wouldn't the robot be Herbie?
I don't even remember that show properly to even talk about
that. That's basically it, because I mean there wasn't a whole lot more to this episode. As I said, I didn't dislike the episode, but I was underwhelmed. I would say that. I thought it was meh.
Yeah, but it's set up next week's episode, to be fair. So
yeah, but think about the thing I'm kind of thinking about, which obviously is 2 completely different shows. But think of the point we were at with Mandalorian, even the last season of Mandalorian compared to this, where by this point we'd seen Boba Fett, the child, had been taken in the episode that we were on, the 3rd last episode, and here we're just being introduced to the villain now, and they're still kind of throwing in more questions. So I hope they're not biting off more than they can chew. But as I said, I don't think they are. I hope.
I think any remaining questions after this show will be answered in Doctor Strange. Anyway.
Yeah, which I mean, I hope so, but at the same time, I'd prefer it kind of had some finality to it, and they actually answered it here. But yeah, I think that's about it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's about it. I mean, it's a decent episode, but setting up fully for next week for some sort of battle or whatever's gonna happen. So something big. Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button, get it shared around YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button for more videos like this. Check out our Instagram, link in the description. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. See ya.